What if I told you there's a compound being studied that could boost dopamine, sharpen focus, and maybe even support brain repair? But it also carries some very real risks most people don't know about. That compound is called 9-MeBC, or 9-methyl-beta-carboline. Today, I'm going to walk you through what it is, the potential benefits, and just as importantly, the possible dangers, so you'll know whether this is something to keep on your radar or something to avoid. So let's dive in. A strange name for a fascinating molecule. 9-MeBC stands for 9-methyl-beta-carboline. It's a naturally occurring compound derived from beta-carbolines, which are found in trace amounts in coffee, tobacco smoke, and even the human brain. What makes this compound unique is that it's being studied for its effects on the dopaminergic system. That's the same system involved in motivation, learning, movement, and mood regulation. Scientists are interested because it appears to have both neuroprotective and neuroregenerative properties in lab and animal studies. But remember, this isn't a mainstream supplement like vitamin D or magnesium. It's an experimental nootropic with limited human data. That's why understanding both the potential upsides and risks is crucial. So why are biohackers and researchers so excited about 9-MeBC? Let's talk about what the studies suggest. Dopamine system support. Research shows 9-MeBC may help increase dopamine synthesis and release. This could improve motivation, mood, and focus, especially in conditions where dopamine signaling is impaired. Neuroprotection. Animal studies suggest it may protect neurons against toxins that damage the brain, particularly the dopaminergic neurons that are vulnerable in Parkinson's disease. Neuroregeneration. Some research indicates 9-MeBC promotes the growth of new neuronal connections and even stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, which could mean better brain energy and repair. Cognitive enhancement. Early evidence points to improved learning and memory in animal models. This is why it's sometimes referred to as a nootropic or cognitive enhancer. Sounds amazing, right? But, and it's a big but, these studies are mostly preclinical. We're talking cell culture and animal models. Human evidence is extremely limited. Here's the part most YouTube videos skip: the risks. Whenever something sounds like a miracle for the brain, we have to step back and look at safety. We don't have robust clinical trials in people. That means dosing, long-term effects, and interactions are largely unknown. While 9-MeBC may stimulate dopamine and brain energy, there's concern it could also increase oxidative stress in certain conditions, potentially harming neurons instead of protecting them. Some studies suggest high concentrations may have toxic effects on brain cells. With experimental compounds, the line between beneficial and harmful can be razor thin. Since it impacts dopamine, combining it with other drugs or supplements that affect dopamine, like L-Dopa, stimulants, or antidepressants, could carry unpredictable risks. In most countries, 9-MeBC is not approved as a dietary supplement or medication. That means quality control, purity, and safety of what you buy online are questionable at best. What's the bottom line? Well, while the benefits are exciting, the risks are not fully understood, and that makes this a compound you need to approach with extreme caution. So who's actually using this stuff? Most people looking into 9-MeBC fall into two groups: biohackers and nootropic enthusiasts who want sharper focus, better motivation, or anti-aging effects, and researchers studying neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's, since dopamine neuron health is central to those conditions. But let me be clear, there's a huge difference between controlled lab research and an individual experimenting on themselves with an unregulated compound they bought online. Just because a molecule shows promise in a petri dish doesn't mean it's safe or effective for humans. If you're over 40 and looking to protect brain health, there are much better studied options like exercise, proper sleep, omega-3s, creatine, magnesium threonate, and even things like coffee or green tea, all of which have actual human evidence behind them. Here's my honest pharmacist take. Right now, I would not recommend 9-MeBC for the average person. The benefits are intriguing, but the safety data is just too thin. You don't want to gamble with your brain. If you're interested in boosting dopamine or protecting brain health, I'd encourage you to get your B vitamins in check. Folate, B12, and B6 are essential for neurotransmitter balance. Focus on exercise and sleep, which naturally raise dopamine sensitivity. Consider safe, evidence-backed nootropics like creatine, omega-3 fatty acids, or even caffeine in moderation. Save 9-MeBC for the research labs, for now. So there you have it. 9-MeBC may enhance dopamine, protect neurons, and even support brain repair. But the risks include unknown toxicity, lack of human studies, and questionable product quality. For now, the best path is sticking with proven strategies for brain health and keeping an eye on future research. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you heard of 9-MeBC before today? Would you ever consider trying it? Or do you think it's too risky? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if you want to learn about safer, evidence-backed nootropics for brain health, check out our video on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, friends. As always, I'm Pharmacist Michael. Be happy, be healthy, and take care of your brain.